Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jaya Hari Bol.
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील
Jai,
प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai,
गुरु महाराज की जय,
Jai,
वेंद्रा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय,
Jai,
शुगुण कृष्णदास प्रभु जी की जय.
Jai.
All glories to assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you all devotees once again for joining. Hare Krishna. So, Thursday we have completed up to verse number 12 of chapter 9, entitled Mother Yasoda binds Lord Krishna. So, today we will start with the verse number 13 onwards. So, 13 and 14, two verses left to that. Today we will start from 13. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudare. Nashtaprayeshu Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtagi. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangum Langede Girim Yet Kirvadamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyamishram Omajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalagya Chachrun Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanyamanopistam Stavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Subhadam Diyam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Udapadagamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Sha Sri Rupam Sakarajadam Sahana Rigunadanyadam Nam Sajivam Sadvedam Savadudam Marjanidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saganilada Sri Vishaganidam Sham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabando Jagalpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavani Shri Vrishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarupya Chakrapa Sindhupya Vachapatidanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachadya Desharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhagavatam Charipadaya Nidaya Gurukutaya Gurukada Damadaya Nagapuramadaya Devanasana Maharaj Ki Jai Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Once more, welcome all devotees. Hare Krishna. So we are starting today's verse with the verse number 13 and 14. Please put together. Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhuji, I will start with verse number 13 and 14.
Okay.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, now Damodar Leela is going on. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes,
Famous pastime.
yes, good pastime.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Leela first. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
न चान्दर्न बहिर्यस्य न पूर्वं नापि चापरं पूर्वापरं बहिश्चान्तर्गतो यो जगच्चयः तं मत्वात्मजमव्यक्तं लिङ्गमधोक्षजं गोपी गोलुखले गोलुखले दाम्ना बबन्ध प्राकृतं यथा न चान्दं न बहिर्यस्य न पूर्वं नापि चापरं पूर्वापरं बहिश्चान्तर्जगतो यो जगच्छयः तं मत्वात्मजमव्यक्तं मर्त्यलिङ्गमधोक्षजं गोपीकोलूखले दाम्ना बबन्ध प्राकृतं यथा. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no beginning and no end, no exterior and no interior, no front and no rear. In other words, He is all-pervading because He is not under the influence of the element of time. For Him, there is no difference between past, present, and future. He exists in His own transcendental form at all times. Being absolute beyond relativity, He is free from distinctions between cause and effect, although He is in the cause and effect of everything. That unmanifested person, who is beyond the perfection of the senses, had now appeared as a human child, and Mother Yasoda, considering him her own ordinary child, bound him to the wooden mortar with a rope. Hare Krishna. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 10.12, Krishna is described as the Supreme Brahman, Param Brahma, Param Dhama. The word Brahma means the greatest. Krishna is greater than the greatest, being unlimited and all-pervading. How can it be possible for the all-pervading to be measured or bound? Then again, Krishna is the time factor. Therefore, He is all-pervading not only in space but also in time. We have measurements of time, but although we are limited by past, present, and future, for Krishna there is no there for Krishna
This does not
these do not
this does not
exist.
exist.
Thank you. Every individual person can be measured, but Krishna has already shown that although he is although he also show that although he also is an individual, the entire cosmic manifestation is within his mouth. All these points considered, Krishna cannot be measured. How then did Yashoda want to measure him and bind him? We must conclude that this took place simply on the platform of pure transcendental love. This was the only cause. Advaitam Achyudamanadinanandarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam cha Vedeshu Adurlabhamatma Bhaktau Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma Samhita 5.33. Everything is one because Krishna is the supreme cause of everything. Krishna cannot be measured or calculated by Vedic knowledge. Vedeshu Durlabham. He is available only to devotees. Adurlabham Atma Bhaktav. Devotees can handle him because they act on the basis of loving service. Bhaktyamam Abhijanadi Yavan Tattva. Thus, Mother Yashoda wanted to bind him. Hare Krishna, Praji, beautiful
Hare
purport.
Krishna. My
Thank
humble pranams to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So we are into the famous pastime. Every year we are releasing this Damodar Leela pastime, where the mother Yashoda tries to bind Krishna. So exactly here we are coming to this verse where Mother Yashoda wants to bind Krishna.
Yes.
And here you can say Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning how the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no beginning and no end. So this we cannot conceive in our mind, because here whatever we see by our material eye, we always see one with beginning and one end. Whatever we see
Yes.
within our eyes, there is a beginning and end. But the Lord has no beginning and end means how we can visualize. It is very difficult. Even when we say space is infinite, we cannot visualize, because when we visualize a room, then we say we can visualize up to a wall, and after the wall there is something else, and after that there is something else. We can never see one end. We cannot visualize there is a thing without end. So with our limited mind and intellect, we cannot conceive the Lord. That's what in the beginning itself he's having no beginning and no end.
Right.
No exterior and no interior, no front and no rear. So basically, what we understand is we cannot conceive the Lord by through our mind and intelligence or senses. Through our senses, mind or intelligence, we cannot understand Him or conceive His form. In other words, He is all pervading. He is pervading everywhere. He is inside the atom. He is within the living entities as Paramatma. And he is also not under the influence of time, because time is under the influence of Krishna. But because Krishna is not under the influence of time. Okay, for him, because there is no influence of time, there is no past, present, or future also. See, here in this world, we can see everything is influenced by time. Krishna also says, by the time factor, I am destroying everything. Whatever we see 10 years before, now totally different. Even our body is totally different. Face is becoming different. So everything is destroyed by time. But for Krishna, there is no influence of time. And that's why it's called Nava Yavvanam Cha. Always he is sweet 16, because there is no influence of time. He exists in his own transcendental form at all times. That means the same form, transcendental form. You can never see Krishna's painting with the beard or white hair. We can never see like that. But we can see Arjuna or Bhishma Pitamaha, they are all growing old. But Krishna painting, you never see Krishna with the beard or with white hair. He's always with his own transcendental form. Being absolute beyond relativity, he is free from distinctions between cause and effect. He is the cause and he is the effect. Cause and effect means because of him this Srishti happened. And how did this Srishti happen? He himself became as a Srishti in form of, he is separating his energies and his Srishti is happening like that. So he is the cause and he is the effect. That unmanifested person who is beyond the perception of senses had now appeared as a human child. Now, very beautifully said how Krishna had taken the form of a human form. And Mother Yasoda, considering him as her own ordinary child, bound him to the wooden mortar with a rope. So here the Mother is out of affection or love, you can say. Mother is trying to bind Krishna. Why? As a mother, every parent wants to discipline their child, right? If they do some mistake, they want to discipline. So Krishna ate the butter. So mother is not broken the pot and he made a lot of mess in the home. So mother is not happy with the activities of Krishna. So she want to make Krishna, chastise Krishna, discipline him so that he becomes a very good boy. So she is thinking that Krishna is his own ordinary child. Like every parent thinks about their children. Mother Yasoda is also thinking. But who is that Krishna, unmanifested person, who is having no beginning, no end, no exterior, no interior, who cannot be perceived by the senses? He is taking as a human form. In Bhagavad Gita also, Manusham Tanam Ashritam. Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, Manusham Tanam Ashritam, Parambhava Majananto Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. I am taking the Avajananti Mamuda Manusham Tanam Ashritam, Parambhava Majananto Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. So Krishna is telling that when I take a human form, the foolish people, they don't understand. Avajananti, they do not know. Mam, about me, who are they? Muda. Avajananti, Mam, Muda. They do not know me. Who are they? Muda. Fools. One time when Prabhupada was walking with some people, one of the person, Prabhupada was telling fools, rascal like that, who is not knowing Krishna. Then the one person, no, he's not a disciple, he is like a well-wisher, Patel, Dr. Patel. So he asked Juhu Beach, this happened in the conversation in Juhu Beach, morning walk. So Patel said, Prabhupada, you are saying all about Krishna is fine, but why are you, telling everybody fools, rascals, when you are not, when somebody not worshipping Krishna, why are you using such harsh words? Maybe they are, they do not know, or they, so you should not tell like that words, Then Prabhupada said, I am not saying, Krishna himself telling, Avajananti Mamuda, Manushim Tanam Ashritam. When I am come in human form, fools do not recognize me. Parambhavam ajanantu. I am superior, no? Parambhavam ajanantu. Mama bhuta maheshwaram. I am the supreme controller. So Krishna is telling like that. And also Krishna is telling, four people don't surrender, right? What is that sloka? Chaturvida bhajante mam. That is four people who will worship. And then namam dushkritino muda. There also muda word is there. Yes, mother. Thank you, mother. Namam dushkritino muda prapadyante naradama. So there also muda word is used. So Krishna himself using. Who cannot understand Krishna? Only Muda cannot understand Krishna. This is Krishna's own words in Bhagavad Gita. So here, but of course, that is for people who are conceived by Mahamaya, people who are in the material world. That does not apply to Yasoda, Mother Yasoda, because she is influenced by Yoga Maya. This is another Maya. Okay. Mahamaya actually will separate us from Krishna, but Yoga Maya will make us closer to Krishna. So what Mother Yasoda is feeling here is by the influence of Yoga Maya, not Mahamaya. Both are different. Okay. So, but for Krishna, all the Maya is same only. It's like Prabhupada gives example like electricity is same. If you give to heater, hot air will come. If you give the same electricity to cooler, chill air is coming. Like that for Krishna, Maya is same. But in the spiritual world, Maya will act as Yoga Maya. And in material world, the same Maya will act as Mahamaya. So one is to bewilder the conditioned soul. One is to enhance the loving relationship with Krishna. So both are there. So here we can see Prabhupada quotes the Bhagavad Gita 10.12. Krishna is described as Supreme Brahman. So we are also called as Brahman only. Sarvam Kalidam Brahma. We are also called as Brahman. But Krishna is called as Parabrahman. And where it is said, Arjuna is accepting in Bhagavad Gita, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Saswatam Divyam. So Arjuna, after seeing this, hearing the affluences, he is describing Param Bhava Maja, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma. And not only me, all the saints and sages also accepted that you are the supreme personality of Godhead, like Asita, Devala, Vyasa. So that verse Prabhupada is quoting here. So Krishna is called as Parabrahma. So Brahma means greatest. And Krishna is the greater of the greatest. You can see how much Prabhupada is having love for Krishna. Every purport we can see Prabhupada is without, hesitation, is completely glorifying Krishna. That is the mood of a devotee. The devotee always wants to glorify the Lord at the maximum possible. So Prabhupada uses every purport. Sometimes people read actually Prabhupada purport and say, oh, what is that? Same thing is only repeated again and again in many purports. No, it is actually out of ecstasy Prabhupada, because he knows the position of Krishna, he is glorifying. He is using the words. Because words are not sufficient to glorify Krishna. Whatever words we use, still it is insufficient. Like Ananta says, she is glorifying Krishna since time immemorial, but still not able to glorify Krishna fully. And what about material persons? How we can glorify Krishna? But Prabhupada uses his maximum potential through whatever English words available to glorify Krishna in his purpose. So here Prabhupada writing, Krishna is a greater than the greatest, being unlimited and all pervading. So Prabhupada is asking a question, how it is possible that all pervading means if he is present everywhere, how can you measure him? If a person is only one single place, you can measure him. But if a person is everywhere, how can you measure? Even the universal form, one disciple asked Prabhupada, why we should not worship universal form? And Prabhupada said, if you worship universal form, how you will put a cloth around the universal form? Because it is so huge. If it is a deity form, you can dress them nicely. You can have reciprocation. But universal form, how you will dress them? So that's why Krishna mercifully has come in the 200 form for us to reciprocate, to offer, to do, Arti, everything. Universal form, how you will do Arti? So Krishna also follows me, Loka prayer. So Krishna is also time factor. It's all pervading, not only in space but also in time. All these things proper rights, past, present, future. But for Krishna, this is not having any influence. So we can be measured, but Krishna cannot be measured. And here Mother Yasoda want to measure him and bind him. How it is possible? The question mark. So we must conclude that this took place simply on the platform of transcendental love. So how it is possible? How somebody can bind Krishna? It is not possible. Only Krishna agrees to be bound because of the mother exhibited the transcendental love. How Mother Yashoda's love Krishna. So the love is the greatest force in this material world. We know the sample Krishna has given us to experience within the family. There is some kind of love between the parents, between the children. We can experience some kind of love, between the family. That's why family, they are so much attached to each other because of some love. The love is binding everybody. So Krishna is giving a sample of the love. Because if you say love, love, we did not experience. If we never taken sugarcane juice, but everybody talks about sugarcane juice, how will you know? Unless we drink. So Krishna is giving that sample love to us. See how love is so powerful in this world. For love, people can do anything. Somebody loves the country, he gives a whole life for the country. Somebody loves the family, he is ready to undergo any sacrifices for the happiness of the family. So that love is full in spiritual world. So that selfless love is exhibited by Mother Yasoda. By seeing that selfless love, Krishna agrees to be bound. And Prabhupada quotes here the famous Brahma Samhita slokam 5.33 Advaitam Achyutam Adim Anantarupam is from the beginning. Anantarupam means unlimited forms, Anantarupam. And Advaitam without duality. He is a single. Adyam is the oldest. Purana Purusham is a Purusham means the form, And Navayobanam always is sweet 16. Because when Brahmaji sings, he is saying Purana Purusham. Then some people may think Purana Purusham means very old person. Like in Rome, they put a God picture as very old person with beard on the ceiling. So Purana Purusha means immediately people think, oh, old person means he's a very old with wrinkles. No. Then immediately he's telling Navayavanam Cha. He's the oldest person, but still he is a sweet 16 Navayavanam Cha. By Vedesha Durlabam, by Vedic literature, we cannot understand him. Adurlam Atma Bhakto. But by Bhakti, it is very easy. That Govindam, Adi Purusham, I worship that Govindam, like that Lord Brahmaji is singing here. So here, everything is one because Krishna is the supreme cause of everything. Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna cannot be measured or calculated by Vedic knowledge. Vedeshu Durlabam is available only to the devotees. Adurlabam Atma Bhakto. Devotees can handle him because they act on the basis of loving service. Bhaktyamam Abhijanati. So only Krishna has only one weakness. That is devotion. Anybody is given devotion, he is ready to be sold to that person. He is ready to become puppet to the person who is exhibiting love. Like to the gopis. Krishna was dancing to the tune of gopis because of their love. So Krishna has only one weakness. Anybody gives selfless love, he becomes a servant of that devotee. That is Krishna's mood and the Krishna's reciprocation. So thus Mother Yasoda wanted to bind him. So this is part of this wonderful Leela, Damodar Leela. So most of us, we all know this pastime because we have been every Damodar Leela, we are discussing this, how Krishna...
Every year we have 1 month full listening to it. Yes.
But we need to develop that love for Krishna actually. So that is very important. When we are hearing constantly, we should strive. Tatra laulyam ekamulyam. That when we see devotees exhibiting that love, we should also hanker that I should also develop such kind of love. Naturally, we have so much love for here in this material world. Without any training, we have so much love for all the family members. Nobody trained us that you should love your family. I will tell you how to love your family members. No, by default, we have love for our family. So same love we should actually develop for Krishna. So that will come by constant association. Our family members also, over a period of time, the love becomes stronger. So similarly, when we keep on interacting with Krishna by Shravanam Kirtanam, then the love becomes stronger and stronger gradually because you become very intimate with Krishna. Now Krishna is very far away. Only maybe we just chant and then we forget. But the more we think about Krishna, then the more bonding will be with Krishna. So whatever we think, we become. That's why Krishna is saying, whatever you think, you become that. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam, tajin tante kalevaram, tam tam eveti kaunteya, sada tat bhava bhavito. So whatever we think, we will become like that. That's why Krishna is also saying, manmanabhav mad bhakto. If you think about me, so our mind should be trained in such a way that we should always think about Krishna. We can do work, hands to work, but the heart should be to God. So we can do physical activities, duties, responsibilities, but our mind, the background of the mind, we should be constantly thinking about Krishna. And we should know we are Krishna's property. and whatever is around me is also Krishna's property, and everything should be used in for service of Krishna with love and devotion. So, like this thought, if we are developing on a mananam, if you are doing this, then slowly our love and affection for Krishna will start growing thicker and stronger. Hare Krishna. So, any questions, any comments, anything to add on this verse? Please, devotees, feel free to add. Hare Krishna. If not, then we can go to the next verse. So this verse number 13 to 18 is actually describing how Mother Yashoda is binding Krishna. We started with the 13. So up to 18th verse, how she is collecting the ropes, how she is joining this two-finger shot, which we are hearing also usually every Damodar Leela, same pastimes. So we can continue. Go to the next verse. Hare Krishna. Verse number 15.
Hare Krishna, Bhaji. So,
Hare Krishna.
okay, we'll go to verse number 15. You want to read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Bhaji. Please.
Thank you, Prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.9.15. Taddidame badhyamanasya swarvakasya kritagasa divyan gulo nama bhutena sandhenya cha gopika. Taddidame badhyamanasya sarvakasya kritagasa Divyanugulo Nam Abhutena Sandhenya Chagopika. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charna Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Ki Jai. Translation. When Mother Yasoda was trying to wind the offending child, she saw that the winding rope was short by a distance the width of 2 fingers, thus she brought another rope to join to it. Translation. When Mother Yasoda was trying to wind the offending child, she saw that the binding rope was short by a distance the width of 2 fingers, thus she brought another rope to join to it. Purport. Here is the first chapter in Krishna expansion of the ultimate potency to Mother Yasoda. When she tried to bind him, the rope was too short. The Lord had already shown his ultimate potency by killing Putna, Saktasura, Saktasura and Trivatra. Now Krishna expanded the another
Sakatasura.
Satnasura and
Sakatasura.
Sorry, Prabhu. Saktasura and Trinavarta. Now Krishna exhibited in other vibhuti or display of potency to Mother Yasoda. Unless I agree, Krishna described to show, you cannot bind me. Although Mother Yasoda, in her attempt to bind Krishna, added one rope after another. Ultimately, she was a failure. When Krishna agreed, however, she was successful. In other words, one must be in transcendental love with Krishna. But that does not mean that one cannot control Krishna. When Krishna is satisfied with one devotional service, he does not everything himself.
He does everything himself.
He does everything himself. Seven mukhe hi jiv thou sevayam eva sputi adha. He reveals more and more to the devotees as the devotees advance in service. Jiv Vadav. This service being with the tongue, with chanting and with taking the prasada of Krishna. Ada Sri Krishna Namadi na bhaved griham itradriyahi. Seven mukhe hi jiv vadavu sevyam eva sruti adha. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.25 234. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Dr. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So we are continuing how Mother Yasoda is trying to bind Krishna. So here we can see, we hear this past time, when the mother is trying to bind Krishna, the rope becomes short with the distance of width of 2 fingers. And we know that why, because Krishna cannot be bound just like that. So thus she went and brought another rope to join. So now we can see how Mother Yasoda is trying to, attempt to bind Krishna. So Prabhupada is here is the first chapter in Krishna's exhibition of unlimited potency. Now Krishna's miracle starts from here. First chapter in Krishna's exhibition of unlimited potency to Mother Yasoda when she tried to bind him. The rope was too short. Actually, Krishna's belly is very small, but every time she is trying to attempt, it is becoming too short. The Lord has already shown his unlimited potency by killing. We know when Krishna was 3 months old, right? He killed Putana, then after that Sakatasura, Trinavarta, so many demons. And now Krishna exhibited another Vibhuti, the display of potency to Mother Yasoda. So Krishna is saying, unless I agree, you cannot bind me. So that is the message. Thus, although Mother Yasoda in her attempt to bind, Krishna added one rope after other. Finally, she was not able to. Every time she is trying to tie, it is 2 fingers short. So we all know that famous thing. Acharya say that 2 fingers represents, one is our effort to understand Krishna. Then the second is Krishna's mercy. When these 2 things combine, then only we can tie Krishna. One is our effort. Our effort is always like we are putting our effort to chant Krishna's holy name, hear Krishna's instruction. This is all our effort, trying to follow whatever Krishna says. Then Krishna's mercy comes. So when these 2 come, then these 2 fingers will be covered. And then Krishna agrees to be tied. So when Krishna becomes satisfied by one's devotional service, he does everything himself. Sevanmukhi Jivado Swayam Eva Spratada means Sevanmukhi, when you start serving Krishna, starting with the tongue, Jivado, then Krishna will reveal. Swayam Eva Spratada, then Krishna will reveal himself to us. He reveals more and more to the devotee as the devotee advances in service. So here the secret is service only. The more we serve, the more Krishna will reveal. Jivado, this service begins with the tongue, with the chanting and taking prasad of Krishna. So very important Bhakti Rasamrita verse is quoted here, 1.2.234. Atha Shri Krishna Namadi. We cannot understand Krishna's name by Indriye. Na Bhavit Grahim Indriye. But how to understand Krishna then? Sevanmukhi Jivado. When you start serving Krishna, first beginning from the tongue. Tongue means chanting holy name and tasting prasadam. Then Krishna will start revealing Swayam Eva Spratyada. So very 2 things important for us. One is chanting and then prasadam. If you take prasadam, then automatically, your mind become purified. When you take prasadam, then slowly your mind become purified and you become very conducive for spiritual life. The purified mind, is very much conducive for progress in spiritual life. So food is very, very important. It is said that the purity of food, Suddhi, the food Suddhi, it is actually, it will help us. There is one verse also actually, I think in Chandogya Upanishad. Let me see, what is that verse actually?
Ahara Siddho Sattva
Yes. Correct. Thank you, Mataji. Ahara Suddho, Sattva Suddhi, Dhruva Smriti, Sarva Granthina, Vipramoksha. So when our food is pure, Ahara Suddhi, Sattva Suddhi, then our existence becomes purified, our mind becomes purified. Ahara Suddhi, Sattva Suddhi, Dhruva Smriti. Then after that, our memory becomes very sharp. And when the memory becomes sharp, then that time we can think about God always, easily. And then when you think about God like that, then your doors for liberation is automatically opened. Sarva Granthina Vipramoksha. You will attain liberation. So food is also very important. This is Prabhupada saying 2 things are very important. Sevanmukhi Jivado means you start the service with your tongue. And the tongue, what is the service we can do through the tongue? One is to chant the holy names of the Lord, to glorify the Lord. And also with the same tongue, we can honor the prasadam which is offered to Krishna. So tasting and vibration, 2 things tongue is doing. So tasting is Krishna prasadam, vibration is chanting the holy name of Krishna. So by that, the unconquered Lord, by the attempt of this seva, then slowly he will reveal us. And at the mature stage of our devotion, he even agrees to become controlled by the devotee. How like Mother Yasoda is trying to control the Supreme Lord by binding him the wooden grinding mortar. Hare Krishna. So anything to add on this verse? Any
Hare Krishna
points?
Prabhu, Nanda Pranam.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Nanda Pranam Prabhu, please.
So
Hare
here,
Krishna.
Bhishma Dev in the scriptures, when Draupadi asking after this, is giving the Vishnu Sahasranama, that is a Dharma Udesh to Yudhishthira and others. So Draupadi asking this question, the qualification of Bhishma Dev. You can,
Okay.
how you can advise this dharma, why you are, when I am disobeyed, means disrespected in the sabha. Then Bhishma Dev explaining that time I took the prasadam, I took the food from Kaurava. So that blood is flowing in my body. So yeah, that is the prasadam. So whatever the food is important. So whatever this, the importance of food is important. Food is the prasadam. Importance of prasadam is there clearly explained.
Very, very important. Very important. Yes, yes. That's that will make our mind accordingly, because part of the energy from the food will go for nourishing the mind. So mind also need food actually, because it needs energy, no? So it needs energy. Same like our body need energy. If you don't eat, no, we become very weak. We cannot walk. No? Especially after fasting day, we can see next day will become very tired. That day fasting day will not feel much tiredness, but next day to fasting, no, will be little tired, because the body is not nourished with energy. Then after the next day you fast to break the fast, again you'll get energy. So same thing, our body, mind also need energy to function. So the subtle portion of the food will go to the mind for its energy. So like whatever food we eat, no, we also like that kind of mood will come. Like people like eating very sattvic food, no, their mind. Of course, Krishna himself says, no, in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, like how what are the foods that are dear to people in sattvic mode, no, fruits, vegetables, and less spices. Spices, more spices also rajasic only. Even vegetarian food, vegetarian food also we take with more spices, it is rajasic only. That will make us more rajasic. Mild, everything mild. Fruits, vegetables, grains, milk, butter, ghee, and pulses. All these things in right proportion if you take, then makes mind very sattvic nature. Sattvic nature means basically that person becomes very, like his mind becomes very settled, not very much vibrating, disturbed. So every day we are supposed eating. So that is a very important thing for a human being, right? So if he is taking the right food, and if he is taking prasadam, then his inclination for Krishna Bhakti will increase.
Yesterday also we discussed the Asimanta Prabhu's same repeated this slokas sin. So whatever this offering prasadam.
Yes. Eating, yes. What is that verse actually? Verse is actually from Bhagavad Krishna is saying, no? Those who are not offering, just only,
3.13.
enjoying. 3:13. What is the verse, Mataji?
Muchende sarvakilvishe.
Punjate agam papa ye
Punjede
apachanti atma
agam
karana.
bhavam ye
Apachanti atma karana.
karmana. Karana.
Karanat. Yes. So very important verse actually. Yesterday also Prabhuji highlighted. And actually it is like once we have become habituated, it becomes easy only. First maybe beginning somebody may be little difficult, but once we become habituated, then we can very nicely offer and take. Hare Krishna. So that will help us. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, we can go to the next verse.
Prabhuji, 16 and 17 we will read. Can you check?
Yes.
16 without any purport.
Okay, 16 and 17.
17 with a small purport. So,
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So, who want to read?
Yes, can I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Please.
Hare Krishna. Yadachit api, one second. Oh. Yadachit tatapi nunam tenanyat api sandhate tattavidhi anukulam nunam yat yat adatta bandhanam yadasit tatapi nunam tenanyat api sandhate tattavidhi angulam nunam yat yat adatta bandhanam. Hare Krishna. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This new rope also was short by a measurement of 2 fingers, and when another rope was joined to it, it was still 2 fingers too short. As many ropes as she joined, all of them failed, and their shortness could not be overcome. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
One more.
17 also read, Ranjit.
Yes, Prabhu. Evam swagehe dhamani yashoda sandhati api gopinam susmayatinam smayanti vismita bhavat. Evam swageha dhamani yashoda sandhati api gopinam susmayatinam smayanti vismita bhavat. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus, Mother Yashoda joined whatever ropes were available in the household, but still she failed in her attempt to bind Krishna. Mother Yashoda's friends and the elderly gopis in the neighborhood were smiling and enjoying the fun. Similarly, Mother Yashoda, although laboring in that way, was also smiling. All of them were struck with wonder. Purport. Actually, this incident was wonderful because Krishna was only a child with small hands. To bind him should have required only a rope not more than 2 feet long. All the ropes in the house combined together, together might have been hundreds of feet long, but still he was impossible to bind, for all the ropes together were still too short. Naturally, Mother Yashoda and her gopi friends thought, how is this possible? Seeing this funny affair, all of them were smiling. The first rope was short by a measurement the width of 2 fingers, and after second rope was added, it was still 2 fingers short, too short. If the shortness of all the ropes were added together, it must have amounted to the width of
Hundreds of
hundreds of fingers. Certainly, this was astonishing. This was another exhibition of Krishna's inconceivable potency to his mother and his mother's friends. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare
Ranjit.
Krishna. So, verse number 16.
16.
So, we understand that mother is trying to bring more ropes connecting, but when she is joining, it becomes very short.
Don't fail.
So, here Prabhupada mentions here that how mother failed actually in her attempt to bind Krishna. That is verse number 17. And also the gopis are watching. Everybody is laughing, smiling, because Krishna is very small. And Mother Yashoda also is smiling. She is not upset because she is just enjoying this pastime with Krishna. So Krishna, this is actually Prabhupada mentioning here, this incident was wonderful. Prabhupada mentioned it is simply wonderful. Like one time Prabhupada actually, one of the disciples, after distributing the sweets, that's coconut sweets, coconut balls. Prabhupada, he said that these sweets are so wonderful. People like it very much when you distribute. Prabhupada said, it is not only the sweet is wonderful, our philosophy is wonderful, devotional service is wonderful, our prasadam is wonderful. So he was telling, everything is so wonderful because Krishna is so wonderful. And anything connected to Krishna also becomes wonderful. So devotees who are connected to Krishna also, they become wonderful. That's what here mentioning. Actually, this incident was wonderful because Krishna was only a child with small hands. You know, Krishna's age that time, very thin waist. But to bind him, maximum we need only 2 feet long. But all the ropes in the house, the mother Yashoda combined, not more than 2 feet, but all ropes combined, hundreds of feet long, but still impossible to bind. If you visualize this, it's really simply amazing and very inconceivable. For all the ropes are still too short. So they were like Mother Yashoda and gopis, they are amazed. They do not know what is happening. How is it? How it is possible? As per normal thing, it should work out, but it is not working out here. How is this possible? Seeing this funny affair, all of them were smiling at each other. Okay, so the first rope was short by a measurement of width of 2 fingers. Second rope was added, and then still 2 fingers short. So all the ropes still it is 2 fingers width of the hand. Certainly, this was astonishing. This was another exhibition of Krishna's inconceivable potency. Ekam stena sito jagat. His mother and his mother's friend. So Krishna, Arjuna also is wonderful, means amazed to see Krishna, and he's asking Krishna, can you show your opulences, requesting Krishna. And then Krishna in the 10th explains his opulences. Vaibhav, Vibhuti Yoga. After that, Vishwarupa, Darshanam, chapter 11. So when he's telling his Vibhuti, and he's saying, oh, Arjuna, what is the use of knowing all these things? By ekam stena stito jagat. Just by a fraction of my energy, this entire cosmic manifestation is just held in place. By just my fraction of my second, ekam stena stito jagat. This entire cosmic manifestation is actually manifested, or we can say it is in place. So Krishna Vaibhava is actually, it is so glorious, we cannot understand. And 10th canto is explaining the Krishna's greatness as well as Krishna's sweetness, both together. Greatness, we are seeing Krishna's greatness through many leelas. At the same time, Krishna's sweetness also there, how he is reciprocating with his mother, how he is reciprocating with Gopas, how he is reciprocating with the gopis. All is being described. So Krishna's greatness and Krishna's sweetness is exhibited in this, throughout this 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll continue this pastime, and we'll discuss, I think, the 18th verse tomorrow. The 18th verse, Krishna actually agrees to be tied by seeing the devotee, Mother Yashoda's attempt, devotee's effort. That is parishrama, and then kripa. These two things are yes, kripa. So kripa is very, very important. Mercy. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that if Krishna goes by rules and regulations, nobody will be liberated here, because we do so many offenses. And in the court of Krishna's justice, I have no hope for liberation. Like the Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying. But in the court of mercy, I am having eligibility. Krishna will liberate, means consider me, because Krishna is merciful. Because if we go by rules, and hardly we can satisfy Krishna. Only by Krishna's mercy it is possible that we can go back to him. So that mercy is very, very important factor. By that mercy aspect only, he manifested as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To give that mercy, Krishna's mood of mercy is exhibited as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Normally, Krishna is very very strict, but in certain mood, he is actually very merciful. As Srimati Radharani is very merciful. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are also Krishna only, but they, in that form, they are very merciful. As Jagannath also is very merciful. So like that, Krishna is mercy, we can see. And here Krishna is exhibiting this mercy to his mother in the coming verses to get agreed to be bound by mother's love. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here today. Any questions, any comments, anything to add, please feel free. You can unmute, you can add your points, your realizations, if any, or your special points, anything you want to add with this pastime, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. About the mercy, kripa. So,
yes,
that without Krishna's mercy, no one can understand him.
Krishna. Yes. Nobody can understand. Even to understand Krishna, we need Krishna's mercy. Even to get taste in bhakti, we need Krishna's mercy. Suppose somebody is, Krishna is telling, no, param drishtva nivartate, higher taste. To get that taste also, in bhakti or devotional service, we need Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, we may know theoretically, but without taste, how long we can continue? If we have taste, then we will do. Somebody, having taste for painting, he can sit for hours together for painting, right? Somebody is not having taste for painting, he cannot sit for 10 minutes, no? He will feel boring. So, the taste is the secret. And the taste also comes by Krishna's mercy. And Krishna gives that mercy when we are actually putting some efforts to get the taste. And he gives the taste. So, once you get the taste, then, you cannot do anything after that. Like Prabhupada's disciple, his old as Giriraj Swami Maharaj. He was, like his father is very, very wealthy person. And he came to Prabhupada and said, my son is very young, 19, 20 years old. He is surrendered to you, and he is wearing saffron dress. I am giving you a blank check. Write whatever amount you want. But you give my son back. This happened. Prabhupada said, no need, but you want your son is here. Take him, talk to him, take him, no problem. Then he went after that. Father tried to convince Giriraj Swami Maharaj. So he was not convinced. Then father left, upset. Then Giriraj Swami Maharaj was saying to Prabhupada, why you did not? You should have written a good amount and used for the society. I will go with my father and later I will come back again. So, like that, taste. And taste is there, then people will not leave. Sri Chaitanya Chandra Prabhu also said, no, he was kidnapped by his relatives from the temple to go into material life. They tied him, they've given non-vegetarian food, put TV, everything, whatever. No, Prabhuji escaped from that house and he ran away through the forest and again joined the temple. So when taste is there, then you cannot stop anyone. But the taste comes by Krishna's mercy. That is very important. When you get taste.
Also, Prabhu, last week we said that 1088 Krishna. When I especially favor someone, I gradually take away his material possession. This special mercy helps the devotee depend fully on him. So this also mercy is available to everyone. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.30-31. Even a person with a sinful past becomes saintly if they engage in the exclusive devotional service. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing that.
Anybody else? Anything to add?
Okay.
So, wonderful Leela is going on. So devotees, please do join to hear the Krishna Katha. Damodar month Leela is going on. So please, maximum devotees trying to join and hear directly from Prabhuji and Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare. Thank you all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll conclude.
Thank you, Hare
devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you all devotees once again for joining. So we will chant the 3 times Hare Krishna. Therefore, Shivana Pariji, as well as all the devotees who are present today for everybody's spiritual progress. All together. Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare.